Welcome to Cold Brew Finance's end-of-day world currencies, stock markets and commodities wrap-up for Wednesday, June 25th, 2025. Kicking things off, I'm Victoria Cashmore. Key world currencies showed broad weakness in the US dollar today. The greenback hit all-time lows against the euro, British pound and Swiss franc, marking the second consecutive day of record lows for most pairs. Week-to-date returns show significant pressure on the dollar, falling 1.4% against the euro and 1.6% versus the pound. Month-to-date, the greenback has declined 2.7% against the euro, reflecting persistent weakness. The dollar hit another record low against the Singapore dollar. Meanwhile, it's showing mixed trends against Asian currencies, rising slightly versus the offshore yuan and Indian rupee, while maintaining sideways movement against the Canadian dollar. The broader trend shows year-to-date weakness in the US dollar, with notable declines of 11.2% against the euro, 8.4% versus the pound, and 7.3% against the kiwi.
Looking at global stock market tracking ETFs, I'm Max Profit. Taiwan hit a new all-time high, continuing its very strong upward trend with 3 consecutive positive closes. Hong Kong and Philippines both showed strength, with Philippines breaking out from recent sideways movement. Returns data shows Hong Kong leading week-to-date performance at 5.6%. Taiwan and Thailand follow with gains around 4.5%. Year-to-date, Mexico leads with a 27.5% return. Among declining markets, Denmark led losses, falling 1.6% as it broke down from recent consolidation. Brazil and Spain also showed weakness, with Indonesia continuing its strong downward trend. Looking at returns, Indonesia shows significant weakness, with a minus 9% month-to-date decline. Denmark and Switzerland both show month-to-date losses exceeding minus 2.5%, despite maintaining mixed positive trends overall.
Considering commodities, I'm liquidity. Gold futures gained 13.30 to 3,347.20. Silver futures rose 1.3% to 36.22, showing a very strong upward trend. Copper futures climbed for a third consecutive day to 4.93, demonstrating robust momentum. Year-to-date returns show considerable variation among metals. Gold leads with a 26.7% gain, while silver and copper follow with returns of 23.9% and 22.4% respectively. Aluminum has been relatively flat at 1.1%. In energy markets, Brent crude and crude oil futures both edged up slightly. Natural gas dropped 4% to 3.39, marking its third consecutive decline amid increasing downward volatility. Heating oil showed strength with a strong positive trend. Week-to-date performance in energy markets shows broad weakness. Brent and crude oil both declined about 13.7%. Natural gas fell 13.1%, while heating oil monthly returns stand out with a 14.8% gain. In livestock markets, live cattle extended its losing streak to 4 days. Lean hogs moved up 0.53% to 112.83, maintaining a very strong positive trend despite flat trading over 4 days. Corn rose 1.5%. Year-to-date returns in livestock show lean hogs leading with an impressive 38.8% gain. Feeder cattle follows with 14.8%. Class 2I milk has struggled, down 9.4% for the year. Grains showed widespread weakness. Wheat fell 1.9% in its third straight decline. Rough rice dropped 2.1%. Soybean futures declined 1.7% amid strong downward volatility, while oats experienced their third day of significant price swings. Week-to-date performance in grains shows broad weakness. Wheat leads declines at -6.9%. Oats dropped 4.5%, while soybeans fell 4.1%. Corn declined 4% despite today's uptick. In soft commodities, mixed performance dominated trading. Coffee futures fell sharply to 302.60, down 2.8%, with increasing downward volatility. Sugar surged 5.3% to 16.62, while orange juice advanced 3.7% to 239.55. Cotton futures maintained its upward momentum for the fourth consecutive day. Looking at weekly returns, cocoa leads with a 7% gain despite today's minor decline. Sugar and orange juice both showed positive weekly returns around 3%. Year-to-date, all commodities in this group are showing negative returns, with orange juice experiencing the steepest decline of 51%.
And with that, we conclude another end-of-day world currency, markets and commodities wrap-up. I'm Victoria Cashmore, along with my AI co-hosts Max Profit and Liquidity. Thanks for watching. Look for daily wrap-ups every day just after 5 p.m. New York time. Please like, subscribe, comment, share. Cold Brew Finance is an experimental project with market reports written, narrated and delivered totally by AI, with market data kindly provided by financialmodelingprep.com. Always seek professional financial advice before making any investment decisions. Check into the channel daily for coverage of stocks, crypto, currency and commodities. Thanks for watching.